Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, and stopping the narratives. You guys know the deal on this channel, man. Holding these guys to a standard, man. And in this video, man, we're going to talk about something that was sent to me by somebody on Instagram. Shout out to Stofia. I hope I'm saying your name right, Stofia. Sent me this thing yesterday, and I looked at it this morning. And it was some fool, some LeBron James fan club member trying to disguise themselves as a Michael Jordan fan, talking about LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, but not greater than Michael Jordan. I don't understand this logic, and I've heard people use this before, the greater versus better arguments. It's not apropos for something like this, a LeBron James, Michael Jordan debate, man, because once again, we're going to break it down why. But shout out to Stofia for sending this to me. These LeBron James fans, they're insane, man. They will stop at nothing, man. And once again, they're trying to disguise themselves now. But this guy says, oh, LeBron James ain't greater than Michael Jordan, but he's better than Michael Jordan. That literally doesn't make any sense, man. I don't get this stuff. And we're going to break it down in this video, man, the greater versus better arguments and how it's not even accurate for LeBron James to be better than Michael Jordan. And we're going to talk about it, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the state. Shout out to everybody in Canada, everybody in Japan. Shout out to everybody in Australia, New Zealand, everybody in Croatia, Italy, France, Germany. Shout out to everybody in Mexico. Shout out to everybody in Spain. Just shout out to everybody in South Africa, Sierra Leone. Shout out to everybody in Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man, for real. Thank you very much, guys. The Netherlands, Belgium. Anyone who's hitting me up, man, anyone who's watching my videos, much ado to all you guys out there, man. You guys know the deal, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to do this video based off of something that I was sent. I'm telling you, man, these people, they need to... The fact that these guys are on social media, that's a problem right now, is that a lot of these people have a voice now, right? They have keyboards, they have cell phones. Everyone's got a way to get their stuff out there. And a lot of these people have no business talking about basketball, especially before 2010. I'm telling you right now, man, for some reason, these people cannot speak about basketball honestly or intelligently before 2010. They can't do it. They cannot do it, I swear. Anytime I hear some of these fools out here, and the sad reality is that a lot of these people have way bigger followings than I do or that I ever will have. They got bigger channels, bigger fan pages, and they speak about nothing, and they don't even know the history of the game. They have no clue what they're talking about. Everything is a stat. Everything is some misguided opinion or some weird narrative, or they're lying and bending reality and trying to rewrite history. But somehow, some way, they have thousands of followers and people interacting with them. It's insane to me, man. But this is why I'm here, to educate the people, to set the record straight on these fools. And this guy, man, so once again, shout out to Stofia for sending this to me, but this fool, like we know, LeBron James fan club member, this dude said with a straight face that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, but not greater than Michael Jordan. Now, let's dig into this whole greater versus better thing. If you guys know, me and my man Dart over at Michael Jordan Fans Are the Best, man. We've been linked up for a couple of years on here, man. He's like one of my really good friends on here, man. We do the Sunday shows. You guys know that. We're going to be doing our Sunday show again this Sunday. We'll be back, guys. I know we've been a little off lately, but we're going to be back this Sunday. But my man Dart, he's one of the only guys that I know that has a list of the greatest players of all time and the best players of all time. He actually has two lists, and I told him I don't like that. And the reason why I don't like the greatest list or a greatest and a best list and, oh, this guy was better than this guy, but he wasn't greater, because to me, it's not really something that you can definitively say. Or, once again, if someone was better than somebody else, if we said, hey, this guy was better than this guy, but he's not greater, what is that saying? That he didn't accomplish as much in this guy's career? So then how were you really better if you didn't accomplish these things? So, for example, let's think about Kevin Garnett versus Tim Duncan, for example. I've recently heard people bring this up. Oh, Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan. So they'll say that Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan, but he wasn't greater than Tim Duncan, right? He wasn't greater, right? He didn't accomplish as much as Tim Duncan. And then what do people say? They make excuses. Oh, if Kevin Garnett was on the Spurs, if this, if that, if this guy was that, if this guy didn't get hurt, if this guy played on this team, if this guy would have got traded, if this guy, all these things, man, ifs, woulda, coulda, shoulda. This all you hear from these guys now, these podcasts. Everything is them what? Trying to literally trying to rewrite the history. So they'll say what? Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan, but he wasn't greater than Tim Duncan. And what I say to that is this. The things that Tim Duncan did, right? He did greater than Kevin Garnett, right? So what do I mean? The leadership, for example, of a Tim Duncan was greater than Kevin Garnett's leadership. So the things that he did great, he did all-time great. Tim Duncan's post game. Kevin Garnett can't touch Tim Duncan's post game, guys. Those are the facts. What he did down low in the post, Tim Duncan was immovable down there. The man was stout. And he had the post game, the big fundamental. So once again, what he did better than Kevin Garnett, he did much better than Kevin Garnett. Was Kevin Garnett maybe a better defensive player overall as far as his perimeter defense and his defense down the post or down the paint? Yeah, maybe you can say that. But Tim Duncan's down low presence, his anchoring of the defense for all those years was greater than what Kevin Garnett did. So essentially, even though Kevin Garnett may have been a better jump shooter of the perimeter jump shot, maybe a better face-up player, or maybe more athletic than Tim Duncan, the things that Tim Duncan did great, they were all-time greater than Kevin Garnett, which made him greater, even though he wasn't better at certain aspects. Do we understand this now? All right, so now that we have that in mind, we understand these things. Let's think about LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan, but not greater than Michael Jordan. Now, first off the jump, guys, I've told you, I've done videos on this. LeBron James is not better at anything on the court than Michael Jordan. He's not, guys. He's not. And I know the LeBron James fans will say, they'll point to LeBron James' passing ability. This is all they got. Oh, LeBron James is a better passer than Michael Jordan. But once again, I've told you guys what? Passing, you can't just think of passing as passing. What you have to do is also incorporate playmaking. So once again, playmaking and passing are the same. They're similar, though. So when I talk about playmaking, what am I talking about? Michael Jordan's ability to move without the basketball is him making a playmaking, right? This goes with passing is playmaking. So Michael Jordan can move without the basketball that LeBron James cannot do. Not like Michael Jordan can, not the same level, the cutting without the ball, coming off of screens. LeBron James can't do that like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan in the post, all this goes on Michael Jordan's playmaking ability. On the defensive end, Michael Jordan can make way more plays on the defensive end than LeBron James as being a playmaker. But if we talk about LeBron James being better at anything than Michael Jordan, and people want to bring up the passing ability of LeBron James over Michael Jordan, okay, let's think about it this way. If we do want to focus on passing, the amount of passes that LeBron James has done in his career, right? Because he's always dominated the basketball more so than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan sacrificed assists, let's say, to play a triangle offense, right? So he allowed Scottie Pippen to take control and dribble the ball off the court more often. He allowed these guys to do this, the John Paxsons, the B.J. Armstrongs, the Tony Kukoshes down the road. He allowed them to do these things, to have a role and to play that role. LeBron James, not so much. So he's been able to manipulate these assist numbers and take all these shots at the same time. And then they'll call him a pass-first player. But if we think about LeBron James' passing ability, what you've noticed is that LeBron James will make a pass and the assists that he gets are almost a 1-to-1 ratio or a 1-to-2 ratio with turnovers. So LeBron James averages, 7 assists for his career? But he averages almost 4 turnovers for his career. So what we're seeing essentially is every time LeBron James makes a pass, he's essentially turned the ball over almost the same. His assist-to-turnover ratio, I told you guys before, is Russell Westbrook-esque. People knock Russell Westbrook for his turnovers. Meanwhile, Russell Westbrook averages more assists than LeBron James for his career and has led the league in assists more times than LeBron James in his career. But they'll point out Russell Westbrook's turnovers more than LeBron James, even though LeBron James is the all-time leader in turnovers. So, in fact, LeBron James turns over the ball at a high volume. So his passing ability is really not as great as they want you to believe. I've seen LeBron James throw the ball off the back of backboards. I've seen LeBron James hit his teammates in the head. I've seen him hit guys in the back. I've seen him throw it into the stands. I've seen him hit referees with passes. We've seen LeBron James bounce the ball off his foot, all these things. Man, LeBron James turning the ball over, right? So we must understand this. Also, the thing about the turnovers and take it a step further. LeBron James does not get called for a lot of these palming violations, these traveling violations, these offensive fouls. So we know his turnover numbers would be even greater if they actually officiated this man the way they did in the 90s, for example. So the passing ability of LeBron James, to me, is not that great or as great as they want you to believe. Because to me, Michael Jordan's passes were more flashier than LeBron James. That does not necessarily make you a greater passer because your passes are flashier. But to me, Michael Jordan's was a more spectacular passer. The pass that Michael Jordan made, like you pull up Michael Jordan's 10, most impressive passes or highlights of Michael Jordan's 10 best passes, they're going to be much greater and much more creative than LeBron James' passing. All right. And once again, LeBron James was allowed to dominate the basketball his entire career from year one up until now. Michael Jordan did not do that, was not, like I said, sacrificed, right? His overall numbers and his game. Remember, he had to adjust and adapt his game over the years to fit into a triangle offense, to allow his teammates to be successful, to play a role. So, once again, there's nothing LeBron James does on the basketball court greater than Michael Jordan or better than Michael Jordan, which is why LeBron James was not greater than Michael Jordan. He was not able to accomplish as much. If LeBron James was really better than Michael Jordan at all these aspects, then why was he not able to accomplish more than Michael Jordan, even though he's almost played twice as long as Michael Jordan did? Michael Jordan, guys, played 11 full seasons on Chicago Bulls. Let's be real here. 11 full seasons, man. All right, don't talk to me about the injury years, the year he came back from baseball. Don't talk to me about the Wizards. Don't talk to me about the Wizards years. We're going to include that into Michael Jordan's years on the Bulls. The man played 11 full seasons in Chicago. 11 full seasons. And accomplished way more than LeBron James has in 21 full seasons. 21 seasons. He's been playing continuously now, load managing and flopping around. So how can LeBron James be better than Michael Jordan, but he hasn't accomplished as much as Michael Jordan, even though he's played, like I said, almost twice as long as Michael Jordan, and has been able to manipulate the basketball and the rules basically his entire career? That exposes that reality that he's better than Michael Jordan at anything. This thing about ball handling is LeBron James a better ball handler than Michael Jordan? Not even close, guys. Not even close. Michael Jordan has way more handling or ball or dribbling moves than LeBron James that I've seen him do consistently. Michael Jordan, the behind the back, the through, the between the legs 2 times. You can't see LeBron James. You ever see LeBron James try to do a dribbling move? What does he do? He's all stiff and herky-jerky. It's awkward and clunky when LeBron James goes between the legs. Or every once in a while, LeBron James might pull a move out. Every once in a while. I tell you guys, the sun shines, man. But if we're talking about being fluid on the court, dribbling the basketball, the handling ability, once again, this goes to Michael Jordan easily, hands down. Michael Jordan does not turn the ball over as much as LeBron James. Again, this goes to your ball handling ability, right? Not turn the ball over. Michael Jordan, the highest usage rate in NBA's history by far. The man always had the ball in his hands in crunch time, but yet Michael Jordan rarely turned the ball over. Rarely. Even though defenses were focused on him, they were shifting and leaning towards him. They were double and triple teaming him. All these things, trying to physically beat him. The man rarely turned the ball over. This goes on Michael Jordan's ball handling ability. Also his large hands, right? So once again, LeBron James can't dribble the basketball anywhere near Michael Jordan. Nowhere near it, guys. Nowhere near it. I think that's pretty obvious. Hold on, guys. Let me take a quick sip here. This gets me a little crazy here. Let's think about the rebounding aspect, right? Something that people would probably say, oh, LeBron James is a greater rebounder than Michael Jordan. See, once again, the LeBron James fans don't look at basketball and understand the game. When we talk about LeBron James being a 6'9" small forward, 260 pounds, right? They love to brag about LeBron James' size, his strength, or LeBron James spends millions of dollars on his body. LeBron James averaged 7 rebounds for his career. 7 rebounds? Not impressed with LeBron James' 7 rebounds at 6'9", 260 pounds in an era where there's no big men. They're not getting beat up down low for rebounds. And we must understand that everyone's chucking up 3-pointers now. Look at LeBron James' rebounds over the last 10 years. This man's, most of his rebounds are flat-footed. He's not even jumping for rebounds. Go look at Michael Jordan's rebounds. This man's fighting down low, jumping above 7-footers, battling down low with the bigs to get rebounds. So if we think about the rebounding aspect and we know the game of basketball, I want you guys to look at LeBron James' offensive rebounding numbers versus Michael Jordan. Anyone that has played basketball at any level, you understand that offensive rebounds take more effort. They're harder to accumulate than regular defensive rebounds, man. Most people get this. The LeBron James fans don't seem to understand these things. So when you highlight offensive rebounds for a Michael Jordan versus a LeBron James, and then you take into account their positions and their size, LeBron James gets exposed terribly. I believe it was just last season that LeBron James passed Michael Jordan for offensive rebounds in his career. I think it was just last season. It took this man 10 more seasons to pass Michael Jordan, a 6'6" guard, in offensive rebounds. It's insane, guys, when you think about these things. Look at their averages, the offensive rebounding averages for their careers. Michael Jordan, guys, for his position, once again, for his position, is a very excellent rebounder. One of the great rebounds at that position. Those are the facts. That's what the videotape shows us. That's what the numbers show us. When you watch the games of Michael Jordan and you see Michael Jordan putting back these dunks off of free throw line misses, off of missed shots, those are called offensive reboundings, guys. Offensive rebounds. Michael Jordan had great timing and instincts on a lot of these putback dunks. His effort, the hustle that he gave on the court, allowed him to get these rebounds. LeBron James does not give the effort for rebounding. Rebounding takes effort, guys. You think Dennis Rodman was rebounding all these rebounds at 6'7" because he was just a good jumper? No, it takes effort. It requires hustle to get these rebounds, especially the offensive rebounds. Someone like Moses Malone, you think he was getting these rebounds because he was out there lollygagging and just standing around? No, he had to give effort to get these rebounds. Right? Charles Barkley, 6'5", 6'6". You think he was getting these rebounds just because? No, he was undersized, especially in that era, and the man was still getting rebounds because he gave the effort, the want to. That's not LeBron James, guys. The man's never led the league in rebounds, never been close. Never, like I said, for a career, you average 7 rebounds in this weak, soft era. LeBron James should be averaging easy 10 rebounds a game. Easy. Larry Bird, the same position, right? About the same height, but much less, weighs much less. Can't jump like LeBron James, they'll tell you. Not the great athlete of LeBron James. Not as strong as LeBron James. Averaged way more rebounds than LeBron James ever has in his career. How is it possible? I've told you guys how it's possible. Because Larry Bird played with effort, with heart, with grit. He was out there giving it his all. Not so much LeBron James. And Larry Bird played in an era where you'll get elbowed. You had to battle down low against those bigs for rebounds. He was battling against Dennis Rodman for rebounds. He was battling against these guys, giving the effort. That's not LeBron James. Is LeBron James one of the great rebounds at the small forward position? No, he's not. He's not a greater rebounder than Larry Bird, like I just mentioned. He's not a better rebounder than Dr. J was or Elgin Baylor at that same position. Is he a better rebounder than Rick Barry was? Was he a better rebounder than Scottie Pippen was? See, so what are we talking about here, guys? These are the facts. You guys know the deal here, man. Was he a better rebounder than Shawn Marion at that position? No, he wasn't. So we can run off the names of several players, small forwards in the history of the game, that were greater rebounders than LeBron James, even though LeBron James has the size, the athleticism over all of these guys that I'm mentioning. He was taller or bigger than every one of those players, guys, and still couldn't manage more than 7 rebounds a game in this weak era, where those guys that I mentioned played in the eras with great rebounding big men. Elgin Baylor, guys, would be recognized as probably the greatest rebounding guy, 6'5" and under. Go look how tall Elgin Baylor was. The man was 6'5" and averaged like 17 rebounds a game in a season. 17 rebounds a game? LeBron James couldn't sniff that. This Elgin Baylor, 6'5", doing it in an era with guys like Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain, right? And some of these other guys, the Willis Reeds, the Nate Thurmans, the Walt Bellamy's. Here goes Elgin Baylor, one of the great rebounders at that position. He might be the greatest rebounding small forward of all time. Not LeBron James. Right, but let's say Elgin Baylor was nobody. He was a plumber and a taxi cab driver, man, right? Now, let's think about, so Michael Jordan's obviously, clearly, the greater rebounder than LeBron James. Those are the facts, guys. Those are the facts, man. Now, when we think about something like defense, let's go to defense now. Obviously, Michael Jordan's a great defender, a better defender than LeBron James ever has been. And why is this? Because of the one thing that LeBron James doesn't seem to understand, his fans don't get, is that LeBron James has never been a consistently great defensive player, which is why he's not recognized as an all-time great defender. Even though, once again, he has all the attributes to be a great defensive player. He's got the size, he's got the athleticism, right? All these things. He's got the strength, they'll tell you, all this stuff. But LeBron James hasn't made an all-defensive team since he turned 30, guys. Since his 30th birthday, his man hasn't been an all-defensive team. Not one. So where's the longevity? Where's LeBron James keeping himself in all this great condition? Where's the effort from LeBron James? Where's the consistency? That's what's missing from LeBron James, guys. The consistent effort on the defensive end, which is why he's not recognized as an all-time great defensive player. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan is easily recognized as one of the all-time great defensive players. And like I said, and most people will say that Michael Jordan's the greatest defender at his position. So once again, at his position, let's think about LeBron James. Is LeBron James the greatest defender at his position? No, he's not. Was he a great defensive player than Kawhi Leonard's been? Was he a great defensive player than Scottie Pippen? Was he a great defensive player than John Havlicek? I don't even believe he was a greater defensive player than Dr. J. To me, Dr. J was a much greater shot blocker and rebounder than LeBron James. So for me, give me Dr. J on defense. Obviously, John Havlicek, I'll give the nod of John Havlicek over LeBron James. The man made what? 9 times all defense or whatever he made, right? Even though he played and started playing when they didn't even have all defensive teams. So was he a great defender than John Havlicek? Once again, was he a great defender than Scottie Pippen? No. Or Kawhi Leonard? No. So he's not even a greatest defender at his position. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan is recognized as the greatest defender at his position easily. And once again, he's considered an all-time great defender, probably a top 5, top 10 all-time defender. LeBron James ain't in that conversation. So once again, how was LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? I don't know. And on the offensive end, once again, how was LeBron James better than Michael Jordan on the offensive end? On the offensive end, there's nowhere near him, guys. So I don't understand how this guy can say, oh, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. He's just not greater than Michael Jordan. It doesn't make any sense because LeBron James does not do anything on the basketball court better than Michael Jordan. And like I said, if you want to say he was a better passer than Michael Jordan, that's one aspect of the game. One aspect. He wasn't a better playmaker than Michael Jordan because he couldn't make plays with or without the basketball. LeBron James can't do anything without the basketball in his hands. Michael Jordan could move without the basketball. He could do these things. He don't need a ball in his hands to be dominant or to be effective. Michael Jordan could come off the screens and catch and shoot. LeBron just can't do that stuff with any kind of consistency like Michael Jordan can. No. Once again, the post game of Michael Jordan on the offensive end, LeBron James can't sniff the post game of Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan couldn't make plays out of the post. So the playmaking ability is there. The scoring ability, obviously, Michael's going to get 10 scoring. I mean, the people who try to make an argument for LeBron James is a greater scorer than Michael Jordan, and their go-to is, hey, LeBron James got 40,000 points. Once again, LeBron James had taken the most shots in NBA's history to score the most points in NBA's history. But all those shots he took, he couldn't match and win a scoring title but one time. What is that highlight, guys? What that exposes is that LeBron James is not a great scorer. He's a consistent scorer. Because why? He's been allowed to dominate the basketball and take 20 shots a game for his entire career. His entire career. You're taking 20 shots a game. This is why you accumulate these points, but you were never a potent offensive, well-rounded scorer, which is why you didn't lead the league in scoring but one time. But one time, and the one time that LeBron James led the league in scoring, he did not even lead in total points. It was Kobe Bryant who led in total points that season because LeBron James has never won a title, an assist title, or a scoring title in a full season. I think he played 75 games that season that he won a scoring title. Kobe Bryant had more total points that season because Kobe Bryant played all 82 games. This is how LeBron James finagles these stats. He plays half the games and gets an all-NBA third team. We're not impressed when LeBron has one scoring title in 21 years, even though you've taken 20 shots a game for your career. He's essentially a shot chucker that doesn't get called out on it. He is called a pass-first player. He ain't nowhere near Michael Jordan's scoring ability. You know, the overall offensive game of Michael Jordan. Nowhere near it. He ain't got the footwork of Michael Jordan. He ain't got the pump fake ability. He can't do anything in the triple threat position. He's not as quick as Michael Jordan. He don't jump as high as Michael Jordan. He ain't as creative as Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan could finish above the rim or under the rim way more greater than LeBron James could. How many times have you seen LeBron James miss layups? He's notorious for this stuff, guys. Notorious for missing open layups. That wasn't Michael Jordan. And those videos go kind of long. But it's insane for someone to say that LeBron James was better than Michael Jordan, but not greater than Michael Jordan. It doesn't add up. It don't add up, guys. Okay? The facts remain. Michael Jordan was better at literally everything on the basketball court than LeBron James. He was greater than LeBron James because of all those things he did better than LeBron James allowed him to be greater. And the main thing that we have to remember here is the intangibles for Michael Jordan that LeBron James does not have, that many other all-time greats have. When we talk about hustle and effort on this channel, this is something that's intangible, that's missing from LeBron James. He don't hustle or give the effort consistently like that. Like other all-time greats, like a Larry Bird or a Jerry West, a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, right? A Tim Duncan. Some of these guys that went out there and gave it their all. They were true competitors. They didn't flop around, make excuses. No, they didn't try to cheat the game. They didn't try to take shortcuts. They went about the right way. That's not LeBron James. He don't got the intangibles, the effort, the hustle. He don't have the leadership skills of some of those guys I mentioned. A Bill Russell, a Michael Jordan, a Kobe, a Tim Duncan, a Larry Bird, a Magic Johnson. He ain't the leader of some of these guys. He's not the leader of those guys. He ain't got the leadership. He doesn't. He's walking off the court early. He ain't shaking hands. He's pouting and moaning. He's blaming his teammates. right? I mean, what he did to J.R. Smith in the 2018 finals is one of the most disgusting displays of sportsmanship and leadership I've ever seen in my life. You're supposed to be the leader. And this is what you do to your teammate? You embarrass him and try to put everything on him. So everyone in the arena knows, everyone at home watching on TV knows, hey, man, we lose this game, it's on J.R. Smith. It's on him, not me. I'm the leader. I'm getting paid the most money. I'm the one taking all the shots. I'm the one who passed the ball to George Hill at the end of the game. But everybody blamed J.R. Smith because I didn't let him know how many timeouts were. I didn't let him know what the score was. None of this stuff. That's on me. And then he goes and blames Ty Lue on the bench. Oh, man, we didn't know how many timeouts there were. You blame, once again, you're the leader. No leadership, man. No accountability from LeBron James. Never taking accountability like other all-time greats have. So all the intangibles we talk about on this channel, LeBron James is missing these things. He's not on the level of a Michael Jordan. He's not better than Michael Jordan at literally anything. Nothing. He can't even speak to the press better than Michael Jordan. He can't even talk to the fans or interact with the fans better than Michael Jordan. He cannot even carry himself with the class, the integrity, the honor better than a Michael Jordan. So he's nowhere better than Michael Jordan. He's nowhere greater than Michael Jordan. And the reason he's not greater than Michael Jordan is because he wasn't better than Michael Jordan at anything on the basketball court. That's why it didn't translate that way. Did LeBron James maximize his teammates better than Michael Jordan? No, he didn't. He did not. So once again, Michael Jordan was a better teammate. He worked harder in practice than LeBron James. So where's LeBron James better than Michael Jordan at? He can't even sell better than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's brand is better than LeBron James' brand. So once again, guys, you guys know what to do, man. This whole greater versus better thing, it's not a really accurate description for a lot of players in NBA's history. You can't use that argument for a lot of these guys. The better or versus greater. These guys were better at certain areas. Yeah, maybe so. But it didn't make them greater because what? The other guys did things greater, right? Maybe they were a greater rebounder. So, for example, there were, one more example before I go, guys. We think about Dennis Rodman, right? And a lot of people will say, oh, Dennis Rodman wasn't that good. He couldn't score, right? We get all that. Yeah, Dennis Rodman was not known for his offensive abilities, but that was mostly a personal choice of Dennis Rodman. He chose to play a certain way. This is what he focused on. He was a specialist, a defensive and rebounding specialist. But what Dennis Rodman did on the defensive end and rebounding wise was all-time great. Many people consider him one of the greatest defenders of all time. People will consider Dennis Rodman one of the greatest rebounders of all time. So if, let's say, Larry Johnson was better than Dennis Rodman at some point. Oh, Larry Johnson was better offensively. Larry Johnson was a better athlete than Dennis Rodman, let's say. Dennis Rodman was still greater than Larry Bird, though. Than Larry Bird. Still greater than Larry Johnson because what he did was way better. What he did great was greater than anything that Larry Johnson did great. Right? So Larry Johnson's scoring ability over Dennis Rodman's was not as great as Dennis Rodman's rebounding and defense. You guys understand what I'm trying to say here? Just because you're better at certain aspects of the game, it doesn't necessarily mean you're greater. Because once again, the best doesn't mean anything if you're not doing anything with that. And some of these guys, they might be better overall, but like I've told you guys, they'll talk about the guys today, oh, the talent is deeper, oh, you guys are overall more talented. But what the other guys did back in the day, what they focused on, what their job was to do, they did greater. So they were better. You know what I'm saying? You guys get it, right? There's no way, nothing that LeBron James does better than Michael Jordan. So for this argument, it makes no sense. When this guy says, oh, LeBron James was better than Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan's greater. It don't add up. Michael Jordan was better at literally almost everything, which was why he became a greater basketball player. His work ethic, his competitiveness. LeBron James don't have that. He don't have the work ethic of Michael Jordan, the competitiveness of Michael Jordan, so he wasn't able to reach the heights of a Michael Jordan. They've lowered the standard for LeBron James, so they think he's better? No, he's not. What is he better at? You can't name anything. He can't shoot like Michael Jordan, can't dribble, don't play defense like Michael Jordan, can't play all ball like Michael Jordan. He's not a teammate like Michael Jordan, he's not a leader like Michael Jordan. He's not coachable like Michael Jordan. Where is he better than Michael Jordan at? At what? At signing larger contracts? Yeah, he's made more money than Michael Jordan playing basketball. Good for LeBron James. He's better at flopping. He's better at traveling and carrying the basketball. Yes. He's better at crying to the referees. Yes. He's better at walking off the court. Yes. He's better at pounding and moaning on the bench. Yes. Those are the only things he's better than Michael Jordan at. Greater than Michael Jordan at. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.